trauma we discussed earlier on is emotional abandonment. And emotional abandonment refers to a situation whereby the parents or the caregivers do not meet the emotional needs of their children. These children are not hugged, these children are not praised, and these children are not affirmed and even validated. And whenever they have problems, they do not have somebody to run to, somebody who can tell them, we are together in this, my child, no situation is permanent and you are going to overcome. So even when they do something which is right, they do not get any praise from the caregiver. So some of the indicators that one is anxiously attached are the following. Becoming something we call sticky glue, whereby you see in a marriage setup, you may see two people who are always moving together. And we have seen situations whereby a woman has even followed the husband to the bar and sits there even if the man stays there until 3 a.m. in the morning so that she can be monitoring what the man is doing out there and who he's also talking to. This is an indicator of a person who is anxiously attached. You can see the person will end up suffocating their marriage partner. And why are we saying they are going to suffocate them? Because if you're always going to run and to be next to your partner, wherever they go, you go with them, it means then you are not giving them any breathing space. And that is why we are saying the other partner end up feeling like you are suffocating them. And when they feel like you are suffocating them, remember they can also run away from you, now completing the cycle of abandonment, because you will also feel that you have been abandoned and you're left asking yourself, what did I do now for me to be abandoned? Another indication is when one has difficulty trusting other people. So in a marriage setup, the spouse or one of the spouse may not be able to trust the other because they never trusted their parents to meet their emotional needs. So again, they cannot trust the partner to meet their emotional needs. So they came to form the beliefs that the world and the people around them is a very unsafe place and nobody or anything is to be trusted. People who are anxiously attached again have feelings of low self-worth. So they do not feel like they're important, they don't think they matter, they don't think they are significant. And so again, going hand in hand with this, they are going to have low self-esteem. One is constantly worrying that their partner is going to abandon them. And they are worried because if their parents were there and they never met their emotional needs, then they're asking themselves, how can I trust this person to meet my emotional needs? So they keep on thinking that even these people will abandon them emotionally and even physically, just like their parents did. Another indication that somebody is anxiously attached is when they become overly dependent on their spouses. So remember, in a marriage setup, we advocate for interdependence on one another. Interdependence means that I can rely on you to meet my emotional needs, and you can rely on me to meet your emotional needs. But when you become overly dependent on the other person, it means then you are becoming too much even for them. You cannot even make your own decisions, and even your happiness and even your self-esteem is going to depend on that person. And finally, the last indicator is requiring frequent reassurance from your spouse that they care about you. So when you continue asking your partner whether you matter to them, whether they value you, again, it can be a problem because actually you can be labeled as one who is nagging your husband or nagging your wife, and it can cause problems in a marriage setup. One who is emotionally abandoned can become avoidantly attached. In avoidance attachment, the person cannot be able to feel comfortable in an intimate relationship. So these people are likely to hold independence as the most important thing in their life. And when it is in a marriage setup, this person feels that they are enough, they can make decisions independent of their partners, and they may not even discuss the financial status with them, they may not discuss what they like or what they want in life, and they may not even discuss where they want to go with their life. So when this happens, then the spouse will feel disregarded, and again, it can become a source of conflict in a home. The second indicator is that you enter a relationship knowing very well in your mind that is going to end. And remember, our thoughts, the thoughts we think create our reality. So many clients have come saying they were in a relationship and they say, thank God it ended, because they already had seen it coming to an end. And the reason why this one happens is because human beings are wired to run to what is familiar and run away from what is unfamiliar. So if they happen to get into a relationship whereby the partner is so concerned about them, is showing them affection, this is something they are not familiar about. So actually they may stop and end that relationship because they are feeling very awkward in such a relationship. The other indicator is whereby you believe that you do not need anybody in your life. And the origin of all this is because your parents were not there for you. They did not give you emotional love. They did not even hug you. They never told you that we are in this thing together. So actually you enter into a relationship feeling that you don't even need anyone. So because of the way your parents treated you, you ended believing that you do not even need anybody in life and that you can meet your own needs. So when this one happens in a marriage setup, again your partner may become annoyed and feel that you are disregarding them and you don't think they matter, and that one can be another source of conflict in a home. Another indicator is that you erect a wall around yourself, and people are not able to penetrate this wall. So people do not understand who you are, you don't even share your problems with other people, and people just know you look troubled, but you are not in a position whereby you can be able to share your problems and concerns with them. And that is why you see many people even committing suicide, because they remained with their problems and never thought they can actually be helped by talking to a counselor or even their spouse. The other indicator is that you do not like physical affection, and you even have rules around that. Meaning that when your spouse shows you affection, you feel this is a very unfamiliar ground. You do not feel happy when they hug you. So again, you even have rules. Do not touch my hands, or do not hold my hands as we are walking. Do not kiss me when people are around me. So actually this one becomes another problem in a marriage, because if the other partner is being given all these rules and regulations, she or he will not feel happy in that relationship. The other indicator is when you refuse to talk about the past that haunts you even with your spouse. So you are just in a world of your own, and in a marriage setup, the spouses are supposed to enter the psychological world of each other. So this spouse will see that you have problems, you are struggling with the things in life, yet you are not talking about them, and they will feel very bad because they will think that you don't value them, you don't think they can come to your rescue. So another indicator that one is avoidantly attached is having very strong boundaries around them. When I talk about strong boundaries, I'm talking about having the rigid boundaries, whereby the person believes they cannot share with somebody, they are not in a position even to discuss what they are going through, and even their spouses may be very, very worried because they realize this person has a problem, yet they do not allow them to be part of the solution. In life, we have three types of boundaries. We have the porous boundary, whereby somebody may overshare things that they are not supposed to share, depending on who they are sharing with. Then we have the healthy boundaries where you know exactly what to share given the situation and the people you are sharing with. And then we have the rigid boundaries whereby you don't even want to share what you are going through with even a spouse or even a counselor who can walk with you the journey of life. The overall effect that has been observed about people who have gone through childhood traumas is that they have the belief that they do not matter. What do I mean when I say that I feel I do not matter? These people feel they are not important. These people feel that they are not significant. These people feel that they are not worthy. They feel they do not matter, and they feel that they are not lovable, and they feel that nobody cares about them. And since nobody can be perfect in this life, they continue developing feelings like and saying, I'm not good enough because I am too tall. I'm not good enough because I'm too short. They say I'm not good enough because I'm big. They say I'm not good enough because I'm too thin. They keep saying I'm not enough because I am too heavy. So when these things happen, then you are telling the world that you do not matter, you are not important, you are not significant, and you do not have any self-worth. But I'm telling you today, my viewers, that it's possible to install a new software in yourself, a software of enough-ness, whereby you impress upon yourself that you really matter. Because you are not enough because of the money you have in your bank account. You are not enough because of you looking handsome. You are not enough because people tell you you are beautiful or you are pretty. You are not enough because you wear designer shoes. You are not enough because you wear designer clothes. Enoughness is a feeling that you grow in yourself, and it is our duty to grow and nurture that feeling of enoughness in ourselves. So thank you for watching my channel. Stay tuned for my next video, which will be how patterns of communication between married partners create conflict within the relationship.